So what's on the agenda today? What are we talking about?
Well, first of all, we're having a tea party.
We are having a tea party.
If you're watching on the YouTube, you can see we're having.
And I may or may not throw cookies at Andrea after.
Oh my god. So my friend, she was making out with this guy at the bar and he goes, "Do you have something on your lips?" And she
That's
goes,
so funny.
Yeah. And she goes,
because you would feel it. Yeah.
And so I go, "Jordan, you should tell him, no, it's just the spark between us."
Cool. And then she goes, "Are you going to do an engagement party and a bridal shower? Because I think it's really greedy to do both."
Okay.
Before I even was talking about engagement parties.
Did you do an engagement party?
We're doing one in August.
Well, there's controversy wrapped around mothers who wear black, and I think that's crap.
Oh, I told my mom,
because you're like
black, you're comfortable.
I told my mom the same thing. I'm like, if you find a dress and it's black, you can wear. I don't care. You can wear whatever you want.
I don't even really send out formal invitations. Like we just did a Facebook invite thing, and that started so much drama too. Like, what is with weddings and drama? Can't we just like be peaceful?
I mean, it's just because there's like lots of controversy.
And I think also too, in this day and age, cancel culture is really big.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Where people just look for anything.
As a small business, in order to survive, we have to move with the times as well.
That leads me into our next question.
Yeah, I know what that question was.
How drunk is too drunk on your wedding? I do want to remember it, but once like after dinner passes and we're all dancing,
maybe towards the end of the night.
Yeah, no,
I'm just talking about being
drinking.
sloppy drunk, like into your cocktail hour. And then there was controversy wrapped around should she have worn that gold dress because it could photograph as white
and like take attention from the
and
bride.
take attention from the bride.
Every day I have a bride or a mom asking me, well, what do I do with my boobs for this
And they're
dress?
all like, no, I can't. And I'm like, yes, you can. My mom taped for my wedding. And I'm just like, anybody can tape the boobs. Anybody. You might need a little extra tape. It doesn't matter how old you are. Welcome to another episode of
Brides, Booze, and Boobs.
Hello, ladies. How are you today?
We're good. How are you?
Literally, the minute we start, my mom texts me. How funny is that?
Aww.
It's like she knows.
Aww.
She's like, oh, you're in the middle of something? Let me text you.
Mother's
How was your
intuition.
week? Seriously. How was your weekend?
Well, I was
worked.
here. Today's my Friday.
Today's your Friday, yeah. I don't have a Friday.
You should.
You should.
Why don't you take off tomorrow?
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think there's much going on tomorrow.
I don't think so. So maybe I'll take off tomorrow.
No, and Wednesday there's nothing.
And Wednesday there's
Just
nothing.
make sure to send a buddy in so I'm not by myself.
No, Gianna's here tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
If you're off on Wednesday, I'll come over. We'll have a pool party. I'll bring over some pineapple wine.
Oh no, I have like 6 bottles of it.
All right.
It's like my favorite wine.
All right, hit me up. I just have a gynecologist appointment at 3.
Fantastic.
I hate the gynecologist.
I feel like it's really well, he makes me go 2 times a year.
Yours is a guy?
Yeah.
2 times a year?
Yeah, because I'm on birth control, so he's
okay,
specific about monitoring my symptoms, which I think I definitely need to discuss with him because like my symptoms are horrendous lately. So maybe I'll switch up the little birth control situation.
Because I'm on birth control and they only want to see me once a year for like a yearly checkup.
Maybe he's a perv.
Maybe.
And he wants to see me twice a year. I doubt it because he's 2 seconds in and out, and he's just like, "All right, you feel good?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, he's just doing a little checkup.
I really like that he checks in on me so frequently.
Yeah.
Because like it's important, especially with like family history and stuff. With,
yeah,
like, PCOS
it's important that they do
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Wait, what made you want to have a male gynecologist instead of a female?
Actually, he was recommended to me from one of my friends because he delivered 2 of her babies, and he's really great. And when I moved here, I didn't have a gynecologist, so I like was asking the people I knew, and I was like, "Do you have someone that you trust, like that you know?" Because I'm like sketched out to go to just a random person. So she told me him, and I like him.
Nice.
At first, I didn't like him. He gave me weird vibes.
Oh.
Because at first, like the first appointment when I went in there, he was like asking me questions, but he was like asking me questions to like, you know, divert the conversation rather than like being about my vagina, about like
my vagina, your lady cakes,
like about why I'm in Long Island, like what do I do for work, blah blah blah, like the small talk.
Oh, like icebreakers.
And then all of a sudden, like he went in, looked around, pulls out really fast, and goes, "See me in my office after, like get dressed and see me in my office." And I freaked out. I was like, "Do I have
Is he like
cancer?"
an alarmist?
No, he pulled me into his office. He was like, "Okay, everything looked good. I just wanted to like go over your birth control." I was like, "So you freaked me out." I was shaking putting on my clothes. I was like so scared. I was like, "Oh my god, what's wrong with me?" So yeah. But now I like him. Now I know how he is, and he's just very fast and, you know, gets to the point right away. So Yeah.
Awesome.
And he also doesn't really want to have like too many conversations with my pants off, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
He's just like, all right, get
That's
dressed and
never
come to my
comfortable.
office.
Well, sometimes I guess it is, but
I mean, I don't care. I'll expose myself.
So Aries of you.
I don't know. I mean, I really feel like after my waxing experience of like getting waxed every month down there, I'm just like,
now you're just free.
who
Free
else?
as a bird.
Who else? What else could you see? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
And I saw
already
your
out
boobs the
there.
other day, so we're good.
I know, and I saw yours too.
Yeah, I don't care though.
HR?
You can try.
No one cares.
No one cares.
No, I really don't care at all about like. It's my body. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it is
It's
what it
weird
is.
because you've heard me in other podcasts where I'm,
Yeah.
like, I'm so self-conscious, and then also at the same time I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to my body, I'm like my bodily functions, like my vagina or
Yeah.
my boobs. I'm like, yeah, it's natural.
Right.
But like my belly area,
Right.
my thighs, my arms, I'm very self-conscious of.
Interesting.
My double chin that I want to be Botoxed.
You don't have a double
out.
chin.
Are you kidding me? Every time I look at you guys, the podcast,
Oh my
like on the
God.
YouTube, I'm like, oh God.
You don't look it on the YouTube. We
No.
don't see it. I see
Really?
mine, but that's all right.
Thanks.
Whatever. I'm old. It's going downwards.
This is not the time.
What happened?
This is not the type of talk, but
I
this
know.
is the thing. This is the way that everyone talks. It's
Well,
just a matter
everyone-
of if you
yeah.
accept it.
We can't all be 100% body positive all the time, but it's about
There's
being
no way.
mindful.
Yes.
About like, you know what?
Even though I have these things, you still love yourself.
love
That's the whole
myself.
thing. And you accept it, and
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. Like, do I love looking at my double chin? Absolutely not. But do I accept it? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
What am
Do
I
I
going to do?
accept it?
Well, I
Because-
could go and get it.
That's the one thing too, is like, you can be body positive and love your body and still be working towards a better you.
Yes.
Like, I'm trying to love myself now while, like, I am going to the gym. I'm trying to be a better version of myself. Like, I'm trying not to eat out as much, but I love my body as it is now.
Right.
Even though some days it's harder than others.
Yeah, of course.
I know a lot of, I guess, natural enhancement offices offer bridal packages now where you have to prep, like, a good year before your wedding, where they do, like, the injections and stuff to, like, get rid of...
Really?
Yes. Oh, my gosh. They advertise it, like, really heavily on this one specific doctor's office, I guess. And then they have, like, other
Let's not
packages.
say the doctor.
Yeah, let's
Would
not
you do
disclose
it?
them.
Would I do it? Mm-hmm. Little things. I wouldn't get like facelifts and stuff like that, but I
Yeah.
would do like little.
I don't want to look unrecognizable.
No, I don't
Yeah,
want to
okay.
either. Like I don't want to look
I
like
want
the
to feel good
Catwoman.
about myself.
Yeah, like maybe like if like because once you get to a certain age, like things start to
Yeah,
go. I haven't done anything yet. Just some lip plumper and not injected, like literal lip
Like the
plumper,
gloss
like
serum.
gloss,
Yeah.
and that doesn't count.
Have you seen
so.
those TikToks where they're putting it on men and they're like,
Oh my god, I have. Oh yes.
Oh my god. So my friend, she was making out with this guy at the bar and he goes, "Do you have something on your lips?" And she
That's
goes,
so funny.
And she goes,
Because you would feel
"What?"
it. Yeah.
And so I go, "Jordan, you should tell him, no, it's just the spark between us."
Because his lips would feel tingly.
Yeah, they
Because
were
it does burn a
tingly.
little bit. I have some really good ones. Are you having a... Oh my god, her belt popped.
belt busted. Talk about body
Wait, you realize
positivity.
that's like a huge thing that happens to me all
Yeah,
the
that's
time.
like a Corinne,
That's
like,
like a... We have
staple.
videos of it.
It's like, I don't know, it won't stay today because I'm...
Maybe because, yeah. It's not going to stay. You have to like
not.
loop it and stick it. All right, just
We're
take it
done.
off.
We're done.
You and the belts have broken up.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to show you the one where we took the belt off. Remember, it kept popping
Yeah.
open. And then that's the one that I have the pin in. And I was taking it off over
Oh,
my
that's
head.
right.
Yeah.
You were like, gotta take my belt
I gotta take my belt off. Hold on, I pull it off over my head because there's no clip to like keep it shut. So I had to put like a big old safety pin in there, and I love that belt too. It's cute, but yeah, it never stays closed ever. And then they beat the shit out of it in the back.
My body was like, you want to talk about body positivity? We're going to
Yeah.
put you to the test.
Yeah, we're gonna put you on the spot. How positive are you?
That's okay. I'm working on my abs.
You know, it's actually not really healthy for women to have abs because of their
Really?
reproduction system.
Who cares about
Well,
my
I'm done
reproductive
reproducing.
system
So
right now?
I'm done reproducing.
You need like a layer of fat to protect the uterus.
That's okay. I could do without. I can do without that.
So what's on the agenda today? What are we talking
Well,
about?
first of all, we're having a tea party.
we are having a tea party.
If you're watching on the YouTube, you can see we're having.
and
our
I may or
little
may not throw cookies at Andrea after.
I want them. I'm literally staring down
Andrea,
this
open your
macaroon.
mouth and I'll throw them at you.
Have one. That's what they're here for.
No, I just
They're for show.
They're for show.
They're for
Yeah.
show. I can't talk, by the way. Yesterday we were in the car and we went, Paul wanted like Chinese food. It's all the way out in like St. James. I told you the place.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's like, take a ride. So I'm like, okay. So then he's like, we'll go to DSW first. And I'm like, okay, now we're definitely going. Cause I want to go to DSW. So we are coming home and every single word that came out of my mouth I was not being pronounced properly.
Are you okay?
He was like, are you stroking out? Like, what's happening to you? And I was like, I don't know what's going on right now. Like, nothing. So that might happen a couple times today.
It's okay.
I think it's just stress and me being...
You need a weekend off.
Mentally exhausted.
For real.
Well,
if you come into work tomorrow, I'll be upset.
Why don't we talk about that? How women feel like they have to always be 110% even when they don't feel...
It's true. And I will say, being a business owner, like, you really don't get a day off, because even when I'm home, someone has to talk to me. Like, there's no, like, me just turning off my phone. I mean, we've had customers call and be like, I need to speak with her, and have taken me out of wakes and funerals because I have to get on the phone. My grandmother's funeral, I had to come out of the funeral to talk to a customer. My sister-in-law's wake, I had to come out of the wake to talk to a girl. Like, it's inappropriate. It's like, this can wait until I'm done. I need to speak with her right now.
That, though.
You know what? I get it, but I, as a business owner and as just a general person that shops in small businesses and big box companies, would never... This is not a life or death situation. Like, if it's, first of all, if it's a Saturday, we can't do anything until Monday. So there's nothing that we can do. We can't call anybody. We can't do anything. Yeah. So pulling someone out or demanding or saying these things, it's almost impossible for us to get anything done on a weekend because all of the designers are basically closed. Yeah. So and I would think that would be for most businesses. Like, it's unfair to think that you can have 2 days off and you're allowed to have those days, but then business owners, when you go to provide a service, aren't allowed to. They're not allowed. She's not here today. Oh, I need to speak with her. She's not here. Like, what are you supposed to do? Literally, away in Florida. Well, call her. Get her on the phone.
Leah's not a business owner, and I had to deal with one of Leah's customers who was so adamant on me calling Leah on her day off.
Yeah, you can't.
Like, crying at the desk.
Yeah.
Like, just call her. Please call her. Please call her. And Andrew was like, I'm not going to, like, disrupt her on her day off. Like, first of all, I don't own this business. Yeah. I'm just a worker here.
Yeah. There has to be and I get it. Like, there are some people that don't understand, I guess, like, that line. And I think for the majority of people, most people are like, of course, I would never, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would never do that. That's another thing, like, I never write bad reviews about small businesses, ever. And this was prior to me owning small businesses. I would never, ever write a review that could wreck someone's business because you know what? We don't have multi-million-dollar investors backing our businesses. And one person could literally shut you down with the words that they say. And I don't even think they realize it. Like, this is how we put our kids through school. This is how you put your kids into extracurricular activities. This is how I put food on my table. Like, these are the things that we do. That's why when people come in and say, well, what if you do this? Where am I going?
I know.
Like, honestly, where am I going? Like, I'm not going to purposely try to screw anybody over because you're going to be standing at my doorstep. I'm not the owner of Target. Do you know what I mean? Where you're never going to find me and you're just going to deal with, or Walmart, where you're just going to deal with a customer service representative.
But you're also a member in this community too.
Of course.
It's not like you can go anywhere either.
Yeah, I've had local people that owned or ran or worked in local businesses write Google reviews. She wrote something on a Google review, and I was like, you were high as a kite your entire appointment. Higher than a kite. But then she proceeded to go online and write a horrible Google review because the girl pulled a dress that was out of her budget, and we told her that was out of her budget. So to me, you're in the small business. Like, what if I came to your small business and did that? Like, how would you like it if someone did that to you? Like, that's your bread and butter. Again, like, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. And I say, listen, if you go there once and it sucks, everyone has a bad day or things happen like that are beyond people's control. If I go a second time and it sucks again, Okay. Whose fault is that? I already knew it sucked the first time. Why the hell would I go back? Now I go a third time and it really sucks. Maybe at that point you can do something, but I think that you should really go to the business first before you going to the public. I know there's sites on Facebook. Wow. I've never seen anything like it. I've seen them rip apart small businesses. I know. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't. And I'm not saying that business was in the right or they were in the wrong, but I don't necessarily know if having pages that dedicate themselves to poor review, I don't know if that's right. I don't think so. I don't know. I kind of always was like, shit, that's terrible.
And I think also too, in this day and age, cancel culture is really big.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
Where people just look for anything.
You know what? You want to cancel celebrity, and I don't really think that's always right either. Yeah. People make mistakes. People say things like J-Lo said that thing about the with the Super Bowl with Shakira. There was like a whole big thing about that. Was it taken out of context? Probably. I don't think she has anything against Shakira.
Yeah.
I think she was just saying it the way that it, like, you could see it from two different sides. Was she knocking the fact like, I'm a headliner, I could have done it by myself, or was she saying, you basically took two Latina women and you could have had one, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if she meant it out of like I just don't know if that was the case with that, but I don't know, I didn't read the whole story, so but I think that's the kind of the thing with everything.
I think even though there's some outliers of people who are ungrateful for small businesses and how much like you put on the line to own this, there are a lot of customers that are so grateful and generous.
Oh,
and
1,000%. 1,000%.
Care about your well-being. And I'm pretty sure all of those customers are listening to us now.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely, when anyone comes in and there's an issue, everyone knows that I try to do my absolute best to rectify anything. Yeah. Because again, it is, at the end of the day, I would never do anything on purpose to screw anybody ever. You know, mistakes do happen. It's we're humans. We're not machines. Like, we're putting things into a computer. Designers send things wrong. We do the best that we can to rectify it. I've given quite a few refunds out where I'm just like, this wasn't even my fault and I have to refund this person, and this had really nothing to do with me, but because I was afraid of a backlash, I had to do what I had to do. And it's just like, it's people don't realize it's still money. Like, we had, especially like during COVID, remember we had people being like, well, I don't want the dress. I'm like, well,
yeah, I know.
You have to take, like, I didn't, I also, people ask me for discounts all the time. Well, this happened. I'm like, I understand. I'm like, but prices are going up and I'm trying not to raise my prices. But as a small business, in order to survive, we have to move with the times as well. Mm-hmm. So, if you're paying $5 and what is it now? Gas $5.20. I think it's the other day it was $5.19. It might even be more now. I try not
to fill up my tank. I don't go anywhere anymore.
You try not to? I don't go anywhere, and I have to tell you, I don't even look when I go to the pump anymore because I don't have a choice. I need to put gas in my car. I don't even. That's why I said I don't even know how much it is.
I know. Yeah.
The best thing we did was get Gianna the electric car. Well, she bought it, but whatever.
Yeah.
So
I hate putting gas into my car.
I know. It's rough. It's we have to just kind of like, hopefully it'll ride out. I don't know if it'll go down again, but maybe a little bit.
Fingers crossed.
It has to. Yeah. But I really lately have only been going here and home.
That's what I do too. I go here and home
and as much as I can. And I'm like
planning, well, except for when I go to DSW, but whatever.
It's alright.
Yeah, like planning a wedding right now and having to save so much money and then just seeing like all the prices go up. Mm-hmm. It's definitely scary, but I am kind of happy that I'm booking everything and buying everything now. Like,
you should be doing it. Like, you're planning ahead and you're planning accordingly, so you don't feel that huge chunk. And at the end, you're gonna have to pay for like layout for the food and stuff like that, but for the most part, a big chunk of your things will be paid off.
And I think a lot of brides should be following the same thing. Like, if you're engaged, shop for your dress sooner rather than later. Like, you don't want to do like 2 or 3 years in advance, like, but if you're getting to that year mark, I would say try to be around like 12 to 14 months when buying your dress. That's what I did.
You know what? And if you can set aside a little bit more or get the dress that you want, again, like, you can, and with those, again, the prices are going up, like we said before, so you could come 14, 15 months out and be like, okay, this is my dress. I'll be back at my 12-month mark, or I'll be back at my 10-month mark. And then you're coming back, and guess what? Now we have literal no control over if the designers raise their prices. No control.
Or if the dress is discontinued, too.
The dress is discontinued. But honestly, now more so that the raising of the prices.
The raising of the prices
is
like a
shipping
huge
is going up.
high alert.
The dress, everything is going up. Yeah. So, you know, you're better off if you see it and you're comfortable with the price at that point, just do it. Pay for it, boom, be done, and then you're good to go.
It's astronomical how much things have been going up. Like, everything.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah. Hopefully it goes back soon.
Yeah.
Or, you know, who knows? We'll just ride with it.
Yeah, you know, whatever.
It's money. Money will come back.
What do you say? It's fluid.
Money is fluid.
Money is fluid.
It is
money in, money out.
It's like an exchange of happiness. That's what I say.
That's nice.
I do refuse to not live my life because of money, but I do have to make sacrifices, like the wedding coming up. Like, Andrea asks me to go out all the time, and I'm like, I'm on a strict no spending plan right now.
Listen,
but that's
you do
only
what you
for the
gotta
time being, and it's because I'm exchanging for the wedding of my dreams. So I have to, like, think about that.
Your exchange of happiness.
It's my exchange of happiness, yeah.
That's what you want right now. So, and when your wedding's over, you'll be able to do whatever you want.
Yeah. Exactly.
Again.
So I'm like... But I don't feel like I'm missing out, really. Like, I've got Justin,
I don't think so.
And, you know, I'm putting a lot of effort into, like,
and every once in a while, it's okay to splurge.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay, that's okay. I do it, too.
Yeah. I'm a big
I
believer.
have Justin pay for me.
Your
sugar daddy.
Oh, for God's sake.
That's my fiance. He's not an actual sugar daddy. He's like my actual future husband.
I tell Paul I'm going to get a sugar daddy. He said it's fine.
I say if we're going to go out to eat, it's on his budget.
That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, but I cook all the time at home, and I actually prefer it. I like making my own meals.
You're so lucky because I literally hate cooking.
So do I.
I hate it.
Too.
So does Paul. So it's very bad in our house.
Yeah, no, I hate it.
Yeah. I just like knowing what's going in my food, like preparing my own stuff. And then when I make a meal, I usually have leftovers for the next 4 meals, 4 days. So it's like, I don't know, it's just nice. So, so I had a question for you guys. So someone had come to me, someone that I don't necessarily know if I want her to be in my wedding, like, at all, like, invited. But she came to me and said...
Jesus Christ, that's enough. Okay, continue.
So she
Please, carry on.
Yeah, no. She says to me, like, after we initially got engaged, she was like, the first thing was, like, congratulations, okay, cool. And then she goes, are you going to do an engagement party and a bridal shower? Because I think it's really greedy to do both.
Okay.
Before I even was talking about engagement parties.
Did you do an engagement party?
We're doing one in August.
Okay. I say if you're like a year out, it's okay. If you're anything less than that, lame. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah, because first of all, let's say you're getting married in like 8 months. Now you have to squeeze in an engagement party. Then like 2 months before the wedding, you're doing a bridal shower. I feel like it's too much. If you're a year or more out, fine.
I feel like the engagement party is like more like casual and laid
Well,
back.
it is, yes, but I don't. Yes, if you're gonna be like, listen, it's late, it's casual.
Yeah.
But like, if you're doing like this big elaborate engagement party,
do people do that?
I don't. I'm sure.
What?
Like these elaborate.
Mine was at like a hall with
yes,
like a
I
DJ.
do. I've seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it was like a buffet thing. It was a hall. I said, not a catering facility.
I don't know.
Like a hall. Like
for some reason in my head, I always feel like engagement parties are like little backyard.
That's what
like,
we're doing.
get-togethers.
Well,
so
when we did it, we didn't have backyards, so I had to get some place.
Can I tell you my reasoning behind doing both? Because I am. Well, I mean, my mom's planning a bridal shower. My mom wants to have a bridal shower. To me, I'm like, I don't care, because it's kind of like, I'm not opening gifts. Like, we live in a tiny apartment. I'm not getting gifts for the wedding. Like, I just have a registry online that's just like funding the honeymoon, pretty much.
Okay. But do you not need things?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just want to like celebrate me and Justin.
A lot of people do that now.
But
where
my mom
the
really,
shower
my mom
is...
really wants like to. My mom never had that experience with her mom, so she's like, I have to throw your bridal shower, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, that's like.
But I feel
dream.
like that's okay. Bridal showers are very normal.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone has bridal showers.
So then I wanted to have an engagement party because like I want Justin to be involved in it. Like I want all of our bridal party to be together. We're doing actually a beer Olympics on we're doing a backyard party, and we're just very minimal spending on this party.
Right.
It's just going to be like our closest friends.
Beer and french fries. I'm just kidding.
Beer Olympics.
Potato chips.
We're like getting a tent and like we're just gonna like play music on like our stereo and stuff. And then I think Justin's parents are gonna be like making food. My parents are helping to make food, and it's just gonna be like our closest friends, closest family. But I'm most excited about the engagement party because we just really want like the bridal party to get to know each other, like at icebreaker moments pretty much, so that when the wedding does come and all of that comes, no one's a stranger anymore.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point of it. But it's just very simple. Backyard.
Well, that's nice. Whose
Yeah.
backyard is it in?
Justin's parents.
Wait, so your friends and Justin's friends don't like hang out?
Really?
Well, all of Justin's friends, they don't live really here.
Oh.
Two of them do, and we're very close with them. We do like couples game nights all the time, but all of his other friends are from college and they're all over the world. One's in Nashville, one's in Pennsylvania, one's in Jersey. So
Where do his parents live?
Holbrook.
Oh, that's
Very
right
close,
here. Yeah,
yeah.
that's right there.
So it'll be nice.
That'll be sweet. I don't
Yeah.
see anything wrong with that. That's
Yeah.
fine. But you're like a year out, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just think that if you're doing it on top of each other, I just feel like it's
like,
asking
yeah.
a lot. But whatever. At the end of the day, you can do whatever the heck you want.
I also
I'm
am
one
like,
anyone
not
to knock it.
expecting gifts at the engagement party
People will give you
because
gifts.
I'm like, it's just to celebrate us.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how
Like
I
a little
feel.
party.
Yeah.
You could say that to. Oh, you already sent out your invitations, but you could say that.
Yeah, we didn't even really send out formal invitations.
Oh,
like,
so
we just did
then-
a Facebook invite thing, and that started so much drama, too. Like, what is with weddings and drama? Can't we just, like, be peaceful?
I mean, it's just because there's like lots of controversy over what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Actually, I did save something on Facebook yesterday
Oh, I also have something that I need your opinions on.
about
you
the
first.
girl that, hold on, let me see if I can find it. I just saved it. Where is it? Here. Oh, it didn't go to it. Son of a gun. Well, that's stinky. So there was a girl, and I feel like this story is old, but I'm not really sure because it just popped up on my Facebook, and now for some reason it didn't save it. So I think that's very bizarre. She wore a gold dress to a wedding.
I remember this story.
So pretty. I
Yeah.
thought she looked beautiful. Is she like brown, dark
Yes,
hair, tattoo?
yes.
Okay, so it is older. I don't know why it popped up, but it didn't even save. So I don't. That's weird. And then there was controversy wrapped around should she have worn that gold dress because it could photograph as white
And like take attention from the
and take
bride.
attention from the bride. Personally, I think who the heck is taking attention for the bride?
That's how I feel
I
too.
feel like you're wearing a big old like lacy beaded whatever gown. Like no one's wearing anything that looks like your dress.
Yeah.
Do I think you should wear white? Absolutely not. I know there's things wrapped around like you shouldn't wear red. I don't care about that. I know
People are
you wore
doing
red,
white
and my
bridesmaids
cousin
now.
Jack wore red. I don't think you should wear white. I think that the gold, though, I don't know. I don't think that it photographed like gold. There was a girl sitting on the other side of her in the picture,
Yeah.
and she had like a lighter color on, and she looked like the dress was more white than the girl that had the gold dress on. And I just thought that was really interesting, like
Yeah.
why they gave this girl so much shit about this dress, and that she looked
listen,
really sexy. And
I
I'm like,
wore-
really?
I wore gold to
She's
a wedding.
beautiful.
I wore red to a wedding. And I work in
I just
the
usually
industry,
wear
and I'm
black,
just
but-
like, I wanted to wear black, but, well, now that's my go-to, is just wearing black to the wedding. But then
It's just
there's
easy.
controversy about that, too. Some
Well,
people
there's
say, like,
controversy
that's-
wrapped around mothers who wear black, and I think that's crap.
Me
Oh, I
too.
told my mom,
Because you're
wear
like
black,
in,
you're comfortable.
I told
that's
my
it.
mom the same thing. I'm like, if you find a dress and it's black, you can wear. I don't
Yeah.
care. You can wear whatever you want. That's a very much like antiquated
Yeah.
way of thinking. I know overseas in England, it is like a huge no-no.
Really?
Like you do not wear black. Like that is like a full-on mourning. But I just feel like here, black is classy. I love
is.
black and white weddings. I think they're so
Me
pretty.
too. I do.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have a very controversial question for you, too, and it's actually a topic that is starting fights in my family already. We're a year out, guys, and, like,
Okay.
why am I starting with all, like, it's actually a year and, like, 3 months out. Why is this shit starting already?
If I told you the things that was wrapped around my original engagement decades ago, or over a decade, it was almost,
Yeah.
what is that? Like, yeah, over a decade ago, you'd be like, oh my God, but continue, go on.
So, Justin and I decided way back before we even got engaged that our wedding is going to be kid-free.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't want little children running around my party.
That's perfectly acceptable. It's your wedding.
But that's what I keep saying. And now, so my mom is like, oh, but then your cousins probably won't be able to come. Get a babysitter.
Some people don't have the luxury of getting a babysitter, and if that's the case and it is a no kid or kid-free wedding, then they can't come.
That's fine.
Or maybe, listen, if we had it, well, one of the girls that was in my wedding party, my friend, she had a babysitter come and watch her baby upstairs at the wedding. So, you know, you could offer like something like that where you could get like maybe 2 young teenagers, hire them for the night. And then if there's any people, if you felt like like these were like your immediate cousins and you were close with them and you felt like you wanted to extend that out, be like, listen, I'm going to have 2 girls there. They're going to be, and I don't know if you're doing like a hotel situation. You're doing it at Giorgio's. So
yeah, well, we do have like, we can stay in like the bridal suite area all day and night, and like they would still have food and everything.
I mean, you could do something like that, but at the end of the day, it's not really your responsibility to make sure that other people have sitters. Yeah. I don't really believe that children should be at weddings. I had the only kids that came to my wedding were my nieces, because they were my junior bridesmaids. And my cousin's 3 boys, because my cousin was in my wedding party. And that to me, and I said, I'm like, these are the children that can come to my wedding. Yeah. Everyone else, I'm sorry, you can't bring your children.
That's the issue I'm dealing with now too, because we do have a flower girl, and she is going to be at the entire wedding, but she's going to be 7 at the time, 7 or 8 at the time. Yeah. But she acts a lot older. Like she's an only child too, like me. Yeah. But she acts very mature for her age, and she doesn't run around like a maniac constantly.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, it's really up to you. It's your wedding.
But then I'm like, is everyone going to be upset with me because they see this girl at the wedding but no one else? Like, I'm sorry.
Listen, people, no matter what you do, people are going to talk. Like, you're never going to get away from that. Like, there's no way. Everyone talks shit about everybody. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody talks shit. Like, my close friends, like, I know they're talk shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just, you're not getting away from that. So either just accept it and just be like, well, fuck it.
Just do my own thing.
Just do your thing, whatever. And that's it. Do you not agree? I feel like.
I agree, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like no one's ever happy, so whatever.
I'm paying for, like,
no one's happy, ever.
At your wedding, I just remember someone at my table was complaining about the duck, and I was like, this
shocking.
I was like, this is the best duck I've ever had in my entire life.
Shocking. Because people will, yes, I do. People will always complain about something, no matter what it is. Yeah. I'm sure, like, I can't... It doesn't make a difference. And I knew that people were complaining about my wedding. So I was like, because the heat.
But, yeah.
So I knew. And listen, I'm the bride. I'm wearing like a freaking 20-pound dress, that crystal top. Please don't talk to me about how hot it is. I know how fucking hot it is in here.
Boop, boop. People were telling you about that?
Well, everyone was sopping wet. Yeah, like, we knew it was hot. Like, we're not stupid.
No, but people weren't coming up to you saying, like,
someone did come up to me, but I don't remember what. When they were like, oh, maybe you should have the AC turned on. Well, thanks.
Another.
Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that as I almost pass out on the steps at the place?
The same guest at my table who complained about the duck was also complaining about the heat and was going up to every worker telling them to put the AC on. And they're like, it is on.
They had the AC on. It was a really old building. Had I known... I'm not going to lie. I don't like the heat. Had I known that was going to be the situation at my venue, it would have been a deal breaker for me. I don't think they even knew that was what was going to happen, because they were like, oh my God, we're doing the best we can. And there were so many
weddings typically.
They really, I feel like they just kind of started doing that. And my wedding wasn't big. I only really had like 115 people, whatever the heck it was. So... they do smaller weddings, and we had people that were out like so there were like rooms. So there was like everyone basically was in one room, and then we had tables that spilt out into like where the dance floor room was. And it was just very hot. And I get it. It was hot. What am I going to do about that? Yeah. I can't do it. The food was good. The donuts were delicious. The duck apparently sucked. I thought the duck was delicious. I love the duck. Who the hell has duck at their wedding, by the way?
And who complains about duck?
So weird. We had like a what is that? Like a Michelin chef at our wedding. That's who their chef was.
Wow.
I was like, this
someone
guy is
still
amazing.
complained.
He's like, we went to
You
Brooklyn.
can't make anyone happy.
You can't. He's like,
excited.
we went to Brooklyn and got the dough fresh for you for the donuts. So we made them fresh here today because they knew that I was in the
Yeah.
industry, and they were so sweet. And they kind of just like did so much stuff for us. Like it was just amazing. And he was just like this. The food was outrageous.
I
one of the
loved
big
it.
reasons I picked the place. I'm like, this is not catering food. This is like full on
Yeah.
restaurant food.
Yeah.
And everyone was talking about the mini Reubens, remember?
Yes.
Yeah, those were so good. But anyway.
Sounds like a great wedding. I wish I could have.
It was good. It was just hotter than hell. It was like Satan's backyard. It's really hot. Perfect for me and Paul. Because we are like the two people that are literally always sweating. Well, he's always hot. Because at night he's always like, I'm dying. Put the fan on. It needs to be like an iceberg in here. And
I
yeah.
like that too.
But he was drunk, so he probably didn't feel it. I was not
That
because
leads
I was
me
overheating,
to-
so I was like, I can't drink.
That leads me into our next question.
Yeah, I know what that question is.
How drunk is too drunk on your wedding?
If you can't, I don't know. This is such a bad question for me because I'm always been like, oh, I'm buzzed, I can end.
Me too. I'm the
I've
same
always
way.
known my line, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I don't want to wake up. I never wanted to wake up the next day and not remember my wedding.
Yeah.
You just spent 60, 65, 40,000, whatever the heck your wedding was worth, cost. I wouldn't want to not remember it. I would love to have a nice buzz, and I wish I did have a good buzz going on my wedding. I did not.
didn't?
No, I couldn't drink at all.
Why?
Because it was so hot. I was passing out. They were like, you can't. I was drinking Gatorade the whole night.
Oh my
It was
God.
horrendous.
She had
Well,
a
I
personal
hope-
fangirl.
I had
have to
yeah,
say-
we were talking about this the other day.
I hope you guys get drunk at my wedding.
I don't really get drunk. Like, that's not my thing.
You drink 3/4 of a drink and you're like,
Yeah, and then I leave it. I'm done.
Yeah.
To be fair, I didn't eat that day. It's probably better anyway, because apparently you can't mix. Can you mix seafood and alcohol? Because clearly I cannot.
I don't know. I've never attempted that.
I do all the time.
Yeah, and Jessica said she can't. She gets sick. And every time I do it, I get sick.
That
So
was the
that's
first
weird.
time I didn't feel great after, but it was like hours
That
later.
drink was insane. If anyone wants to know, go to Joelle's in
It's in
Sayville.
Sayville.
Oh, you got sick the other night?
We went, the other night we went. What was it called, mine? Wait, I have a picture of
It
it.
was,
Passion? No.
some
Wait,
pink
here it is.
passion thing.
Well, I can't read what that says. All right, hold on. Pick your passion.
Pick your passion.
Yeah, it was tequila, passion fruit, pineapple, lime, Hawaiian black salt.
That sounds really good.
It was like she said, it was so good. But
It
my drink was
literally
also so
dangerous.
good.
Like I could have just drank
Yeah.
like the whole, and I was like, oh my god, I can't go back to work drunk.
It looked so good.
It was fucking delicious.
What did I have? Prickly pear something?
I don't know. I did not like
It
yours.
was vodka. You don't like vodka.
I don't like vodka, so
Really?
yeah, I don't like
I like
vodka.
I'm
Well, I
not
like it in the
against any
Cosmos
alcohol.
Yeah.
because you can't taste it.
See, I'm not a big tequila person. Like margaritas,
probably
I
would've
never.
liked
You would have
that,
liked
though.
it. Tastes like juice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You
a
would
problem.
never. I said to the guy, I go, does it have a very strong liquor taste? And he was like, meh. And then he brings it to the table, and I go, this doesn't even taste like it has liquor in it. He just looked at me. So clearly, tequila is my drink.
Yeah, 'cause
apparently,
Jessica said she could taste the tequila too, and you were like,
I don't. I
Aquarius
didn't
of
taste
you.
it, so that's weird because I don't like tequila. So I don't know.
interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I must like it better than I like freaking vodka.
Sounds like it.
I hate vodka.
So,
It's so gross.
here's my thing about being drunk at my wedding. I do want to remember it, but once like after dinner passes and we're all dancing,
Maybe towards the end
I don't
of the
care.
night.
Yeah, no,
I'm just
not gonna
talking
be
about being
drinking-
sloppy drunk, like
No.
into your cocktail hour.
Oh,
like,
God,
come
no.
on.
I probably
I've
won't
seen.
even-
I've been to weddings where I'm like,
I probably
can she
won't.
even stand? Like, what's happening?
That's terrible. I won't even be
My husband
drinking
was
probably
bombed.
until
Bombed.
really.
I like
Paul's always no, he's not always bombed. Let me take that back. But when he gets drunk, he gets bombed.
I love drunk Paul. He's so
I
funny.
no,
He's so
do
funny.
not.
He's-
like
I want to meet drunk.
No, because
Paul.
Oh,
no,
God,
because
no.
coming over
Because
Wednesday.
sober Paul is very like
sober Paul's very straight.
yeah, but then drunk Paul is
Very
very like
straight.
in his.
He's a
feels.
conversationalist.
He,
all of a sudden.
oh my god, he was giving me like such advice and
Justin.
everything.
Yeah.
We have this same.
And every time he has one more drink, he goes up an octave. So by, let's say, like midnight, if Paul has been drinking all for hours, I am like sticking like earbuds
my
in my
God.
ears and being like, just please shut up.
Here's
Because
the text I
his
just
voice
got.
goes right through my brain. I can't even take it. I just
Poor
want to take his
Paul.
head and like bash him. I can't take it.
Slip
So
something in
bad.
the drink.
It's so
God.
bad.
Just roofie him so he knocks out.
Oh my god. I'm so happy when he's like, I'm getting tired. I'm like, okay, good night. See you later. Have fun. Go to sleepies.
That's terrible.
Whatever. It is what it is.
What was it?
Nobody's going to see drunk Paul.
Yes, we
Andrea
will.
has.
A drunk Paul is
Oh,
very
who's your
nice.
text?
Oh, so I just got a text from a bridesmaid saying, about your engagement party. I might not be able to come for very long. Bitch, it's a requirement. The bridal party has to be there. I made sure that I did
Not
it on
my
a
whole
day,
bridal party was at my bridal shower.
But that's the icebreaker. We're doing beer Olympics with the bridal party.
Well, she's going to be there. She just won't be there the whole time.
Yeah, so what's the point? Her poor partner is going to be like, well, someone could sub in for her.
Well, yeah. I mean, does she have another
The
engagement?
reason, no, well, the reason is because her friend is leaving the next day for a trip, I think. And
Like,
wants
I
to
hope you're going
spend
to say, like, a
time.
basic training.
No.
She's going to Greek for 7 days. They want
Greek.
I was just talking about that movie the other day. What is it? Going to the... What
Get
is
him
it?
to the Greek.
Get him to the Greek, yeah.
I can't.
That's
Whatever.
funny.
Everyone's annoying.
Fuck her. Sorry.
It's okay.
Can Danielle bleep us? I don't know.
Yes.
Don't
she should
bleep
be
us.
able
It's on
to.
freaking YouTube.
It's fun.
Like,
Yeah.
don't make your children watch this. I'm sorry.
Oh, I set
I
the
have a potty
restrictions.
mouth. I don't
Oh,
curse
you
when
did?
people are in the store.
Sometimes.
Not really. Sometimes.
I feel like sometimes
It
I can't help
depends.
it.
It depends on
I'm
the.
close.
I'm not dropping the F. Sarah
Oh my
was
God.
notorious. for that. I'd be
Yeah.
like, Sarah, you have to stop dropping the F bomb. Please
It's so
stop it.
funny because like Sarah, she comes off like rough around the edges, but all the brides loved her.
Yeah.
Loved her.
Yeah, if I'm really close with a bride, I'll like slip up a little bit in a funny way.
Well, yeah,
But
like
then-
if you say shit,
yeah.
that's okay. I feel like that's acceptable. They say shit
Yeah.
on television.
Well, we're doing the after party too, so I'm like, if I don't get drunk at the after party, we're also not doing a brunch the next morning. Is that a
Did
mistake?
you do a brunch?
After the wedding?
Yeah.
Yes. I
Is
regret
that
it.
you regret it, or
I was tired. I didn't want to go to a
that's what
brunch.
Justin keeps saying? He's like, we're not doing a brunch because I'm gonna be exhausted and I'm not rushing to get anywhere.
Well, I'll tell you this. It was really nice to eat
Yeah.
because you needed that. Like, and we had like Bloody Marys. We had mimosas.
How
and
much did that cost? Was it a lot?
The brunch actually wasn't that bad because it's breakfast.
Yeah.
We did like
You
a
did it at
breakfast.
the hotel?
We did it at the hotel. Yeah. It really wasn't that bad. I don't even remember how much it cost. Maybe like, I don't know. It was cheap. Maybe like $20-$30 a person. It was so cheap. Like
And
it
it's
really
not,
wasn't that
like, it's
bad.
not a lot of people
No,
there. It's,
we
like,
only
family.
did it for the out of towners. So whoever stayed at the hotel was able to
That's
come to
gonna
the
be a
brunch
lot
the
of
next
our-
day.
We're probably gonna have the whole hotel.
Which hotel are you doing?
I'm not sure. I've heard bad reviews about a lot of the hotels over there, like Hotel Indigo.
So that's where I think Sam had her people stay there.
it
I don't.
good?
Yeah, I don't think they don't. I don't. And she said I think that their
And
cocktails
then
were
there's
really
a
good.
Holiday Inn there too.
I don't know about the Holiday Inn. I'd probably go to the Indigo first.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, and the Indigo's pretty. It's newer.
Yeah.
How far is that from there,
10
though?
minutes.
Well, that's not that bad, because then you can even Uber. Are you having a shuttle? We had shuttles. Okay.
Yeah.
You almost have to when you don't have. So our hotel, it was a Hilton. It was maybe like 10 minutes. Funny story. Should we talk about the limo guy?
I was just gonna bring
You were
that
just gonna
up.
bring it up.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so this is so funny. So we stay at the Hilton. The Hilton's like 10 minutes away from my venue. This was before the wedding. So the hotel had set up shuttles for us, like little shuttle buses to take our people to the venue. So there were shuttle buses like I think it was like 20 minutes, because 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back, 25 minutes, whatever it was. There was a limo there. So we're like, didn't really think anything of it. This guy was shuttling people back and forth. Actually, someone brought one of my guests to the wrong wedding, which was weird. Dropped them off and everything. And then we were like, yeah, drop them off.
ran into
My
them.
friend's like looking all over the place for us, and like where's like, my other friends and stuff like that. And she's like, I don't see anything. And then she's like, that's not Kurt and Paul. Like, I don't know who those people are that are getting married, but that's not my friend.
Oh
And
my God,
I've been friends with
yeah.
her since junior high school, so it's like clearly she knows who I am.
Imagine.
Anyway, it was like
didn't
she
know.
missed the whole ceremony, the whole
my
cocktail hour,
God.
because it took them so long to go pick them back up. It was whatever. It was like a shit show. So
Yeah.
anyway, so the end of the night comes. everyone's starting to get shuttled back and forth again. This limo guy is taking, and this limo is literally, I'm not even joking. The limo looks like the limo in The Wedding Singer. Do you remember, everyone see The Wedding Singer? The old school, like, 80s limo. That's what this guy is driving. No. So, okay. So, we get to the thing. I'm getting out of the limo.
Yeah.
This guy drove me, Paul, my cousin, back to the hotel. I'm getting out of the car. And my cousin Rich is, like, making, like, all these jokes about the limo. Like, how it's, like, the wheels are going to fall off. Like, he's like, this thing sounds like a tin can, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is so bizarre. This whole situation is bizarre. Come to find out, he does not work for the hotel. He does not work for the venue. No clue.
You still to this day have no clue.
And I get out of the car and he's looking at me and he's like, I need to get paid. I was like, well, I don't have any money. Like, do you see? I don't have pockets. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, go find my husband. I was like, I don't even, like, what do you mean you need to get paid? Like, everything was with the limo, the guys. So he's like, so he keeps saying, and I'm like, do you mean, like, tipped? I was like, go talk to my brother-in-law. He's taking care of all the tips. So I, like, leave. And then, yeah, we find out, lo and behold, this guy had no relation to the hotel, no relation. We have no idea where he came from.
He just showed up.
I think he just showed up, was like, I'll transfer people and just work for tips. And people were getting in this guy. This guy literally could have kidnapped us and killed us.
Funny.
We had no clue. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So bad. Thank God it wasn't like two of us in there. So, isn't that like the weirdest
really
thing ever?
wild. Yeah.
So wild. Don't even know who this guy was.
I wonder how much he got paid.
Nothing. He literally got nothing. My husband was like, who are you? Wait a minute. Because then this is when all the pieces started to come together. And the guy's like, I need money. And my husband's like, I'm not giving you shit. Where did you come from? Because then the hotel was like, we don't know him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was terrible. They were like, we don't have a limo.
That's so
Who
funny.
the fuck is this guy? Yeah. That hotel was funny too. So like we had like welcome bags made for all the people, and because basically most of our people were from out of town, so we had like these welcome bags, and like I think my uncle went to a desk and they gave him like the wrong wedding's welcome bag. They were like, oh, the bar will be open till 2 a.m. or I think it was like 2 or 3. Don't worry about it. We came back. We made the wedding end at like 11:30, and then we get back to the hotel and they were like, oh, the bar's closed. It was like, yeah, everything always goes wrong. Like, things just always happen. You just have to roll with it. And we were just like, all right, screw it. Let's go to 7-Eleven, get like some beers, and we'll sit on the back and drink bottled beer. And
That's better, though. That's fine.
They had like 3 weddings coming back at one time. You think they would have opened the bar?
Yeah, they would have made so much money.
It was so bizarre. It was so bizarre.
Yeah.
The hotel was beautiful, though. Very clean.
Yeah.
All I say it was the Hilton. I won't tell you where though.
The Hilton.
They were so like, it was almost like they couldn't accommodate. They could accommodate us, but they didn't have enough manpower to have 3 weddings happening at one time. Mm-hmm. Everyone's leaving, everyone's coming in with welcome bags. They didn't know if they were here or there. Yeah. It was just really crazy. My uncle's like, I don't know who this is. This isn't my niece though.
Wow. Yeah. Crazy stories from your wedding.
That's what I'm saying. There's always drama like wrapped around something. Gianna's phone got stolen at my wedding.
Oh,
by who?
One of the vendors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stole phone?
Even the police was like, it had to be one of the vendors that came in and out. So we had just gotten all the 12s.
No, purposely.
They purposely stole it.
Because they've had it on Find My iPhone, and then all of a sudden
it just got wiped out.
Yeah, they purposely
stole it. Purposely. And we were able to track the phone into like Babylon or something.
Yeah.
Or Bayshore, I don't remember.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and the cops were like, we can track it down, but... We just bought the phone. I think they were the 12s or the 11s.
They were the brand new.
Yeah, brand spanking new. They were like, you can leave your phone on the table while we go out to do the ceremony. Because she had no pocket, so she had to leave it. And then when we came back, it was gone.
That's messed up.
Which sucked too, because Gianna the whole night was like, Mom, I can't find my phone. And at the time, she was like, what, 14?
Yeah.
So she was like a little like, oh my God, my parents just bought me this phone and it's gone. And everyone at the wedding was using their iPhone to track Gianna's phone.
I tried to do it too.
Yeah, everyone was like, you have to find my iPhone, we'll find it for you. And but then, like I said, once we looked, it left at 7:30. It left the venue and was in the car traveling to a location. We gave all the information to the cops, so what are you going to do? But I think a lot of the vendors got upset that we were questioning. Because we were like, okay, well, someone had this. So someone lives or has a friend that lives here, and I don't know, whatever.
That's crazy.
What are you going to do?
Did anyone look sketchy to you?
No, nobody looked sketchy at all. Like, I wouldn't, honestly, I didn't think, but the cops were like, you really need to approach your vendors and ask, like, and then even my venue was like, no one has clocked out, so there's no way that anyone here took it, because they have to clock in and out. So they checked all their timesheets, they sent us copies of everything. They were like, no one left this venue at that time. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Unless they had someone like pick it up. I guess that's possible.
That is possible. And they got away with it.
They 100% got away with it.
Wow.
So, whatever. But shit happens. What are you going to do?
It's like out of your control.
Yeah, it's out of your control. It does make for good stories. Yeah, I'm sure I have many, many more.
If everything went perfect and seamlessly, we wouldn't have any funny stories to tell.
Right, exactly. So you kind of like with those things, like at the time, it's like no, like there's no way to control it, and you just don't know, and you're gonna get upset, but whatever. I was just like, whatever, Gianna. What are you gonna do? It's a phone.
Was she upset?
She was upset.
Aww.
Yeah.
Did you get her the same one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Because it wasn't her fault.
It wasn't her fault. I have a funny story about my first phone I ever had. It lasted 45 minutes, and then all of a sudden I was walking in with my dad. It was not a fancy phone at all. It was like one of those pay-as-you-go, like, mobile phones, and this was back in the day. I'm walking into Staples with my dad, a rainy day, and while we're in Staples, we're walking around, like, the aisles, and I go, Dad, my phone, I don't know where it is. We run outside of Staples, and there it is, on the pavement, run over by a car, in the pouring rain. I'm not even kidding you. Oh and my dad was like, thank God I didn't get you, like, a nice phone. I got you some, like, shitty pay-as-you-go phone. Terrible.
We can talk about
boobs on this one, because it is technically brides, booze, and boobs.
Well, there's nothing wrong with boobs. And it's so funny because the couple of people that I have taped when we come to the store or have helped them tape, if someone's taping your boobs, they have to get all up in there. Yeah. So, you can't be, like, shy about it. Like, I was like, just lift up my shirt and was like, I mean, they're boobs. I mean, half the population, well, we all have, pretty much. Men have them, too.
Sometimes bigger than others.
Sometimes bigger than others. But, like, yeah, like, we have to get, like, all up in there. So if you're self-conscious about that, you might not want to take the class, because we really have to, in order for us to show you or to do it. But even on your wedding day, like, if you need us to tape, because that really is going to be the ultimate.
I think the best part for me about getting my boobs taped,
they were amazing,
was that it alleviated so much of, like, the weight on my chest.
Right?
Like, I felt like air, like,
it's not the same as when you put a bra on.
Yeah. It felt like zero gravity.
Right. It's because everything is just being held up, and there's no bra, there's no
weight,
like,
on your shoulders.
Yeah, it's not constricting anything. There's no weight. It's just amazing. The women that were coming in here, we had a couple of older women too. One lady was in her mid-60s, and I'm not sure how old the other lady was. She had to be at least the same.
I was like,
the one lady came out, and I go, yes, I said the same thing to her. I was like, you look like you just had your boobs done. Mm-hmm. And she was like, they feel amazing.
That's awesome.
So I think that more people need to tape. I'm going to start taping on the weekends, I think, when we come here. So that we can show the women, like, what it is, and then, like, kind of, like, help them to, like, do it.
Because every day I have a bride or a mom asking me, well, what do I do with my boobs for this
And they're
dress?
all like, no, I can't. And I'm like, yes, you can. My mom taped for my wedding. And I'm just like, anybody can tape the boobs. Anybody. You might need a little extra tape. It doesn't matter how old you are. Anybody can tape. As long as you don't have, like, skin sensitivities and things like that. Because it is, like, glue. I mean,
Did anyone have, like, really big boobs, or it was kind of difficult?
Yeah, no. It wasn't difficult. They had big boobs. I mean,
nobody had small boobs. I don't think.
No, I wouldn't say anyone had small boobs.
We should have taken more pictures and dresses, but we'll do that. We'll do another TikTok. We just posted a TikTok with all our boobs taped.
I just can't stop looking at this picture. Like, my boobs look great.
I know.
Too bad Justin wasn't home.
With the boobies, with the tatas. Taping your tatas.
Tape the tatas.
I love it. That's like the new thing. I like the booby bar, but I think we should call it, I don't know. Well, the booby bar is my favorite. Tata tape. Well, we'll just name it Tata tape.
Well, the booby bar makes sense because it's, like, not just tape, it's, like, other undergarment things.
For your boobs.
Like the chicken cutlet.
I love our booby bar. It's, like, my favorite sign, the whole store. I think I like it more than the Ivory Main sign outside.
Me too.
Dare I say.
You know how we have the tickets for like the boob tape nights?
Yeah.
We really need to name the ticket like a titty ticket.
Yeah, the
titty ticket.
Titty
Get your
ticket.
titty ticket today.
Get your titty ticket today. Well, it could
just
be
says,
your
like-
Tata taping ticket.
Tata taping ticket.
Oh my god,
That's a lot.
Get your
Get your
Tata
3
tape.
T's. Get your 3 T's.
That's funny.
I like it.
It was like honestly life changing. Like I know now what I'm
It
gonna
is.
end up doing
Wait.
for my wedding.
Wait a minute. Is that the first time you've ever taped?
Yes.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so I've been taped before. So,
Well,
it does.
yeah, because remember I was texting you. I was like, "Is this gonna hurt?"
Oh,
Taking the
that's
tape
right.
off.
Yeah. How was it?
Fine. It hurt a little on my nipple.
Yeah.
But-
See, it doesn't really bother. Well, you can't pull it off though. Like,
I was aggressive about it.
yeah, you can't do it like that.
Well, I
You
wasn't
have to go
aggressive until I
slow.
got to the nipple because I got scared and I was like,
You
just
have
like
sensitive
a Band-Aid.
nipples?
I have very sensitive nipples.
See, I feel like if you would have went slower and like held it, that's what I do. I like roll it off like a little bit, and then
Yeah.
I just keep rolling it. Then when I get to my nipple, I'm kind of like, burp. But I like kind of hold it to like
Yeah.
get that, you know, so
It
that
wasn't,
I don't.
like,
But you can put a
unbearable
pasty
pain.
on. I don't. A lot of girls don't use the pasties because it really doesn't stick to your
It
nipple
really
like
wasn't
that.
like unbearable though.
No, it's
Like
not.
it hurt more on this.
You
my
can go
first one,
swimming in
and
the
then-
bra tape, by the way. So if you have an amazing bathing suit, so I have this great bathing suit that I bought, and I can never wear it because my boobs look like they're just not in the right spot for it. But you can use the boob tape and go swimming. We went over a lot of stuff today. I feel like we were very like random,
Yeah, no.
It was-
which
very
sometimes
random,
is
but-
good though. I feel like if we jump around a little bit, that's okay. But we
it's
talked about a
different.
lot of things.
Yeah.
And again, if there's anything that you want to hear about,
I want to hear from people. From our
yeah, we
fans.
definitely want to hear from people for the whole like 30 people that listen to us. So that's awesome.
30 is
It'll
better
be
than
more.
none.
I'm
Share
totally
with all
fine
your
with it.
friends.
I'm shocked it's not like 2. I'm okay with it. That's like
I
what
know.
growing's all about.
Wait, can I also
I love
mention?
growth.
Me too.
Can I really also mention though that it makes my whole day, my whole week, my
I
whole
thought
month.
she was gonna say it makes her heart sing.
It makes my whole life when a bride comes in and they're like, this happens several times where a bride comes in and it's like, oh, she's a seamstress. You can listen to her. Like, I listen to your podcast. I already know you already.
That's so
or,
cute.
Like, when another bride came in and she was like, oh my God, I listened to the podcast and I feel like I have a familiar face now who's helping me with my dress. And I'm like, it just makes my whole world when you guys come in and you're like, oh my God, I listened to you.
Isn't that great?
Someone actually said to me recently, they were like, you know what, I felt really self-conscious and insecure, and then I heard your story about how you felt with your dad, and it made me turn around and say, F you all, to all of her family who was commenting negative about her body. Isn't
Well,
that
good for-
crazy?
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. You never know like who's listening and like who it's going to like resonate with. And that's the
Yeah,
best thing
and
about
that
the
makes my
podcast
whole
because
life.
honestly, we're not looking to like, well, I mean, fame is awesome, but I'm not doing it to be famous. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like to just like talk and like
Yeah.
people
Get to know
things that
us.
get to know us, people that like maybe we'll touch on things that you were having issues with, and that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And I'm going through it too. I'm planning my own wedding. So if anyone has any questions like specifically,
Yeah.
reach out on the DMs and we can chat about
Yeah.
like what I'm going through, what you're going through. Like it's supposed to
Yeah.
be a community here. So
Yeah.
that's what
a
it's about.
community.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's like a
Little
little
happy
little
community.
happy bridal community. So all right, so we'll see everyone next week. Don't forget to go on the Instagram, check us out. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok.
Yay,
Sign
all
up
the
for our
socials.
events, sign up for our app, go to our website, sign up for that, sign up for everything. Just
things
listen.
Ivory and Maine.
Just listen to us.
Ivory
and,
_and_ Maine on
yes,
Instagram.
definitely.
DM us, please.
DM us. All right, ladies and gents. Well, ladies. Oh, and there's the bell.
Adios. Bye-bye.